place.
Hot 99.5.
Tonight, breaking news. Did North Korea just launch another missile? Urgent warnings throughout Japan. Our team standing by. Also developing tonight, what really happened inside that nursing home. Residents dying, and tonight we now hear from a hospital nurse who sensed something was wrong and went to that nursing home. What she discovered inside. Also tonight, our team landing on two separate islands, and incredibly, days later, Americans still stranded trying to get out. The deadly school shooting, now the video tonight of the 15-year-old suspect, classrooms huddled. Were there warning signs missed? Deal or no deal on the Dreamers? Tonight, inside the dinner, the president, Chuck Schumer, Nancy Pelosi. The president tweeting one thing, then saying something else hours later. In New York City tonight, the video just in, the deadly police confrontation. A suspect with what appeared to be a gun and knife. And the missing teacher, 4 months pregnant, found dead. The boyfriend crying, holding her mother's hand. What he did not know was that mother knew police were after him.
This is ABC World News Tonight with David Muir.
Good evening, and it's great to have you with us here on a Thursday night. And we begin with that breaking news. Japanese television running urgent warnings at this hour, reporting another missile launch from North Korea. Japanese television reporting the missile has passed over Japanese airspace. Several population centers have now been warned. This launch is yet another provocative move on the part of North Korea. And ABC's David Curley is following late developments. He's live in Washington tonight. David, good evening.
Good evening, David. Very provocative. According to NHK, the Japanese broadcaster, this missile passed over the northern part of the country at 7:06 a.m. No word on what type of missile this may have been. The North Koreans did fire 2 ICBM missiles back in August, and there has been a flurry of activity from that country in the past month. A ballistic missile fired on August 29th, then that big H-bomb test on September 3rd, sanctions passed by the UN Security Council, and then on the 14th, today, another launch. As we say, we don't know what kind of missile it was. We're only hearing this from NHK. No word from the Pentagon so far, David, as to what missile may have been fired over Japan just a little while ago.
David Curley, our thanks to you, leading us off with that provocative move, yet another move by the North Koreans. In the meantime tonight, we turn next to that new and horrific description of what really played out inside that nursing home where several residents died days after Hurricane Irma. No power, using backup generators, no air conditioning in the sweltering heat. You saw the evacuations play out, and now we learn how this unfolded. Some residents had initially been brought to the hospital across the street where doctors and nurses were so concerned with what they saw, they went to the nursing home themselves. And what they witnessed, this nurse says, will haunt her forever. Multiple patients with body temperatures in the triple digits, one reaching 106 degrees. ABC's chief national correspondent Tom Yamas from Florida again tonight.
Tonight, we're learning how one quick-thinking nurse triggered the emergency evacuation of that Florida nursing home, saving countless lives. 3 a.m. Wednesday morning, a patient from that home brought into Memorial Regional Hospital, just steps away, suffering from a heart attack. 1 hour later, another patient arrives from that same nursing home. An hour after that, a third emergency call from that same facility. That was enough for the hospital's chief nursing officer, Judy Frum.
I, along with another colleague, decided that we needed to take a walk over to see if we could offer our assistance.
What did you exactly see?
We saw a bunch of staff, and they were extraordinarily stressed and panicked.
Frum says the staff at the nursing home was doing everything humanly possible to move patients to a cooler area with fans, but it was too hot. She saw patients dehydrated, in distress.
I thought it was an extreme situation that we had to get people out.
But thanks to that emergency response, many were saved. One of them, 87-year-old Edna Jefferson, her daughter Vendetta reuniting with her at the hospital.
I said her name, Edna Jefferson. She opened her eyes, she looked in my eyes. Oh my gosh, that was the best thing.
And tonight, her message to the management of the nursing home, quote, shame on you.
What should happen to them?
What should happen to them? Whatever the law allows, and then some. We throw our elderly away. They're a cash crop. It's not necessary.
On Tuesday night, Jean Johnson went to the nursing home to visit her friend of more than 40 years, Betty Hibbard.
They had Betty in the hall and with a big blower blowing on her. And when I saw her, tears was coming out. She said, Jean, she says, I can't breathe, I can't breathe.
In the evacuation, Betty was rushed to the hospital. Jean rushed to her bedside. but it was too late.
If you had a chance to talk to her before she passed, what would you tell her?
I did tell her, even though she couldn't hear me, I put my hand on her head and I prayed and I told her we loved her. And she couldn't, I don't know if she heard me or not, but anyway, and the only thing I can say is what a price to pay. Not just Betty, but all those people.
And Tom Llamas joins us from Hollywood, Florida again tonight. And Tom, there are still so many questions and really disbelief because the hospital is right across the street. Police making it clear today that this is now a full-fledged criminal investigation.
David, this is a criminal investigation, and the crime scene is the nursing home you see just behind me. Tonight, police do have a search warrant, and the administrators tell us they are going to cooperate fully with this investigation to figure out what went wrong. David?
Just heartbreaking, Tom, that story of those final words there. Tom, thank you. Meantime, tonight, you are about to see what our team discovered when they landed on 2 islands where Americans are still stranded days after Hurricane Irma. The urgent effort at this hour, ABC's David Wright finally able to get into St. Martin.
Tonight, for the first time, we see the devastation in St. Martin up close and the urgent effort to get people out. Flights have resumed here, mostly aid coming in or people trying to get out, and still a huge backlog. Right over here is the main airport, and this is that famous beach where you can practically reach up and touch the planes. And over here, the Sunset Beach Bar. This surfboard remains, but not much else. We also went to Tortola in the British Virgin Islands. That's where we met 2 Americans helping out on their own. They live in Puerto Rico and happen to have a small plane.
We actually went to Costco way before the hurricane to load up for ourselves, so I had lots of toilet paper and lots of water and everything, and now we don't need it, so we thought we'd bring it here.
And they're bringing people out. In this case, a grateful mother, an American expat, and her 2 children.
I would love to stay, and I'm going to probably come back and help, but we need to get the kids in school somewhere.
The good news, relief supplies are flowing in here, but as you can see, David, recovery is going to take some time.
All right, David Wright, our thanks to you tonight. David, we move on here to deal or no deal. Last night, President Trump inviting Democratic leaders Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi to the White House. Afterwards, Schumer and Pelosi saying they reached a deal on the Dreamers, the undocumented immigrants brought here as children. The president tweeting, does anybody really want to throw them out? Good, educated, and accomplished young people who have jobs, some serving in the military. Really? That tweet after his own attorney general called those protected by DACA illegal aliens stealing American jobs. ABC senior White House correspondent Cecilia Vega traveling with the president.
President Trump in Florida today surveying the damage on the ground.
We are there for you 100%.
And talking to reporters about his bombshell support of a deal with the Democrats to protect the Dreamers.
We're talking about taking care of people that were brought here, people that have done a good job and were not brought here of their own volition.
It came after that White House dinner over Chinese and chocolate pie with the Democratic leaders he calls Chuck and Nancy. Today, President Trump made one thing clear: undocumented immigrants brought into the country as children should be allowed to stay. Just don't call it amnesty.
We're not looking at citizenship. We're not looking at amnesty. We're looking at allowing people to stay here.
The Democrats agreed to more money to beef up border security, but not for the president's signature issue, his border wall. President Trump said he still wants that wall.
Ultimately, we have to have the wall.
But he also offered this concession.
The wall will come later.
Top Democrats elated. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer caught on an open microphone saying,
"He likes us. He likes me anyway."
Some Republicans offered praise. Arizona's Jeff Flake tweeting, "Kudos to POTUS." But immigration hardliners like Iowa's Steve King said a deal would mean Trump bases blown up, destroyed, irreparable. And conservative news site Breitbart, run by former chief strategist Steve Bannon, called the president Amnesty Dawn.
And Cecilia Vega joining me now from Fort Myers, Florida tonight. And Cecilia, what are you learning? Are they really close to a deal here or not?
Well, David, the Democrats sure seem to think they're close. I've talked to some in the White House. They're not so sure. But House Speaker Paul Ryan today very publicly reminded this president he can sure make a deal with the Democrats, but he's got to work with those in his own party in Congress if he actually wants to get anything done. David.
All right, Cecilia Vega in Florida. Cecilia, thank you. President Trump, as you just saw, was in Florida surveying the damage from Hurricane Irma. And tonight, our weather team now tracking Jose, churning in the Atlantic, now a tropical storm, Right now, about 400 miles east of the Bahamas, and it could go back to being a hurricane by this weekend. It's forecast to curve then move northward with 8-foot waves and dangerous rip currents along the east coast. All the spaghetti models all now agreeing that the storm will likely not come ashore, but they do warn of those dangerous rip currents. We have new reporting tonight and new video this evening after a deadly school shooting in Spokane. The suspect seen in this YouTube video, he posted online acting out a violent shootout with toy guns. ABC's Clayton Sandell from Spokane tonight.
Amid the school shooting chaos that left 1 student dead, 3 wounded, and a community shattered,
and there's just a lot of screaming and crying.
A story of 2 heroes. The first, a 15-year-old boy. He tried talking the shooter out of it.
That young man who gave his life stepped into the breach that we as a society have created to save his fellow classmates.
The second, custodian and Air Force veteran Joe Bowen.
Joe confronted him, ordered him to the ground, and then held him there.
The suspect, a 15-year-old sophomore. We are not identifying because he is a minor. He allegedly told detectives he'd come to the school to teach everyone a lesson about what happens when you bully others, but says he did not target anyone specific. But tonight, questions about missed signals. The shooter was known for posting these social media videos firing weapons. The sheriff says he wrote a suicide note more than a week ago, and students say he warned them that he was about to do something. Information they say was passed on to school officials, but apparently not to police.
Were you guys ever notified?
We have no knowledge of this one.
But do you feel like you should have known?
I would have loved to have known because maybe we could have done something, but that's not a guarantee.
And Clayton Sandell reporting in from Spokane tonight. And Clayton, you have learned that they may charge this 15-year-old shooter as an adult?
That's right, David. The sheriff tells us the investigation is still underway, but they do plan on charging this 15-year-old with adult charges, including premeditated murder. His next court date is September 26th. David.
Clayton Sandell tonight. Clayton, thank you. Next this evening to a deadly military training accident at Fort Bragg in North Carolina. Officials now reporting 8 personnel were injured during demolitions training involving U.S. Army Special Operations Forces. All of them taken to hospitals. 1 did not survive. It was just last night here we reported on another military accident, a fire in an assault vehicle like this one during a training mission at Camp Pendleton in California. 15 Marines were injured, 5 of them critically. Next tonight, to video just released here in New York City from an NYPD body cam showing the tense standoff with a man holding a knife and what appeared to be a gun. ABC's Gio Benitez here in New York.
You're watching body cam video released late today by the NYPD. Listen.
What's your name?
The officer points his flashlight on his hand.
What's in your hand, dude?
Noticing a knife.
Put that knife on the floor, dude. You hear
Police
me?
ask the man, Miguel Richards, to drop the knife.
Put your hands up.
And what appears to be a gun in his other hand.
He's got a knife and a gun.
The officer's not sure if it's real.
I don't want to shoot you if you got a fake gun in your hand. You hear me?
Police say Richards eventually lifts his hand holding that gun. That's when police open fire.
Get back, get back. You right?
This is the first shooting caught on camera by NYPD body cams added to the force just 2 months ago. Police say they released the video for transparency. And David, that gun did turn out to be a toy gun. The police commissioner says any future video release will be reviewed on a case-by-case basis. David.
Gio Benitez tonight. Thanks, Gio. Next this evening to Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin answering questions after a firestorm over his personal travel. As we first reported last night here, the Treasury Secretary asked to take a government plane on his overseas honeymoon. And it came after another controversial trip on a government plane, his wife posting a photo on Instagram taking all of the high-end designer labels she was wearing during that trip. ABC's chief investigative correspondent Brian Ross tonight with the Treasury Secretary now explaining himself.
The Treasury Secretary today confirmed the ABC News report that he requested a government aircraft for his European honeymoon last month. But he said it wasn't a question of luxury for him and his wife Louise, but one of having access to secure communications.
Effectively, it was a portable office so that I could be available. And ultimately, we withdrew the request.
As seen in videos posted by his wife on Instagram, the honeymoon took the couple to a series of glamorous stops across Europe. Officials tell ABC News Mnuchin withdrew the aircraft request after being told it would look bad for a man worth more than $300 million.
I've never asked the government to pay for my personal travel.
Mnuchin today also took umbrage at the suggestion he and his wife later took a government jet on an official trip to Kentucky, primarily to see the solar eclipse.
We